Let me be honest. Sometimes it's just a lot. The pressure, the responsibilities, expectations, the things people see, and the things they don't. Because what they don't see is the weight behind your smile. What they don't hear are the thoughts that keep you up at night. What they don't feel is the stress you carry in silence. And some days, it feels like everything is coming at you all at once. Bills, family, decisions, uncertainty. And you're trying to hold it together because you have no other choice. You're trying to stay strong because people depend on you. You're trying to keep going even when you feel like stopping. And the truth is, it gets overwhelming. It gets heavy. It gets exhausting. There are moments where you sit back and ask yourself, how much more can I take? How much longer can I keep doing this? How do I keep showing up when I feel like I'm breaking? And that's real. That's not weakness. That's real life. But right there, in the middle of all that stress, in the middle of all that pressure, in the middle of all that weight, comes a reminder, a quiet one, but a powerful one. But God, not your strength, not your plan, not your control, but God. Because there were moments you should have fallen apart, but God held you together. There were situations that should have broken you, but God carried you through. There were nights you didn't think you would make it, but somehow you woke up, still here, still breathing, still standing. That wasn't luck. That wasn't coincidence. That was grace. Because when you didn't have the answers, God was already working it out. When you didn't know what to do, God was already making a way. When you felt like giving up, God gave you just enough strength to take one more step. And sometimes that's all you need. Not 10 steps, not the whole plan, just one more step, one more breath, one more moment of not giving up, because you're not carrying this alone. Even when it feels like it, you're not alone. God sees the weight. God knows the pressure. God understands the silent battles that nobody else sees. And He is not asking you to carry it all by yourself. He's asking you to trust Him with it, to release it, to stop trying to control everything and allow Him to handle what you can't. Because some of the stress you feel is coming from trying to carry things that were never yours to manage. And today, you don't have to figure everything out. You don't have to fix everything. You don't have to hold everything together. You just have to trust that God already is. Even in the confusion, He's working. Even in the delay, He's moving. Even in the pressure, He's strengthening you. So yes, the stress is real. The pressure is real. The weight is real. But so is God. And God is greater than everything you're facing. Greater than the stress, greater than the fear, greater than the uncertainty. So breathe. Not because everything is perfect, not because God is present, not because you have all the answers, but because God already does. If He brought you this far, He is not going to leave you here. So you keep going, not in your own strength, but in His. Not with all the answers, but with faith. Because at the end of it all, through every struggle, Through every stressful moment, through every heavy season, there's one truth that remains, and that's but God.
I've been carrying weight that nobody sees, smiling through the pressure, falling to my knees, trying to hold it together, trying not to break, but it's getting heavy, more than I can take. Late nights, no answers, tears I never show, asking how much further do I have to go. But God, you held me together when I should have fell apart. But God, you carried the weight that was heavy on my heart. When I didn't understand, you already had a plan. Through it all, I'm still standing. But God, there were days I questioned if I'd make it through. Everything was breaking, nothing felt true. But somehow I'm still here, still breathing air. And that means you were with me even when I wasn't aware. Every door that closed, every silent prayer, you were working things out, even when I couldn't see it there. But God, you held me together when I should have fell apart. When I should have fell apart, you carried the weight that was heavy on my heart. When I didn't understand, you already had a plan. Through it all, I'm still standing. Oh, I didn't break, I didn't fall. You were there, you were there, through it all. I'm still here, that says enough. You made a way, when it got tough. But God, you never left me even in the dark. But God, you kept me going when I lost my spark. Now I see your hand, even when I didn't understand. Through it all, I'm still standing.